Man, that sounded so freaking good. What a great way to start off, right? Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Falls Count Anywhere here on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Erik Dunn here. I love that intro now. Like, that intro is sweet. Um, we're down to the final broadcast for October. Can you believe it? Next Wednesday is November 1st, which means Halloween will be gone and Thanksgiving's on the horizon. What the hell's happening at the time? My God, crazy. So I also want to state this too as well that I believe looking at my calculations, if I'm accurate, I believe this is month number 4 that I'm gonna pass as a part of the RI Broadcasting family with Ron Rigo, and I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to not just the fans of RIB, but also the fans of FCA, Falls Count Anywhere. It means a lot to have you guys not just as part of this fan base, a part of this um, growing tribe that I'm hoping to get. Um, I do apologize if you're only just seeing my face. I do want to express my apologies to that, but on the same token, as much as I love my co-host, I feel like that I'm great at what I do, running it solo if I need to, and I'm looking forward to giving you guys all of me and giving you what I can do. And for WWE, Fastlane was a tremendous night, but we're now on to something that's happening in 10 days from now, and that's Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. Towards the end of the broadcast, I'll break down what's currently on the card, as I'm pretty certain that it's going to be expanding over the next couple of Raw and SmackDowns to go. SmackDown last Friday, Raw from this past Monday night. I'll break those down for you. Then after the break, will be Crown Jewel, and the title of this show, I believe, is called Crowning a New Queen. The NXT Women's title has finally changed hands. And this was week 1 of NXT's Halloween Havoc, which, if you guys can think back to WCW, Halloween Havoc was a name of one of their pay-per-views. And I will be breaking this down for you throughout our time together. Thank you guys for being here, and we are ready to be off and running. So that being said, I'd like to inform all of you at this time that this broadcast of Falls Count Anywhere is the exclusive property of Rhode Island Broadcasting Productions for the private use of our audience, and any publications, reuses, or redistributions by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared worldwide and is greatly appreciated. I also want to express this to you guys too, um, that I'm done with sports. Is going to be up on 990wbob.com officially tomorrow morning, and I hope you guys will be able to go and check that out, because this week's broadcast that I did was arguably one of the best that I've ever done in the 3 years I've been doing this. And it, to me, was so awesome because there was positivity all around. Patriots upset the Bills when no one picked them to win. Bruins are still undefeated, about to begin a 4-game homestand this week. Celtics begin their regular season tonight at Madison Square Garden. They've got the ESPN spotlight for tonight and Friday night against the Heat. It was just a positive all-around show. I will hope you guys tune in, because there's some twists and turns there that I want you guys to be able to tune in for. And before I go any further with WWE, the Pats winning was not a good thing. They won't get the number 1 pick. Personally, I don't think they even care about that. I just think that they should just salvage what's left of this season right now. I mean, you're 2-5. If you can knock off the Dolphins in Miami on Sunday, I think you can claw your way back into this thing. Do I think that they're going to make the playoffs? Absolutely not. But do I think that they're going to fight back and try to finish the season strong? I think they can. I definitely think that they can. So with that being said, we'll say that for another time. But yeah, definitely send the comments in, guys. Definitely Let me know not only that you're there, but just also give me your thoughts regarding what I'm about to break down for you. So let's go from right to left, and let's go ahead and get this party started with SmackDown from last Friday night. And it had some really cool twists. So let me break down from beginning to end what happened here. So LA Knight came out after and interrupted Paul Heyman and said he vowed to defeat Roman Reigns. That's actually the main event for Crown Jewel. It's him and Reigns for the undisputed title. I'll be explaining that towards the end of our broadcast. Montez Ford defeated Santos Escobar. So after last year, the Street Profits attacked Carlito. Montez Ford squared off against the LWO Santos Escobar, and basically Carlito and the rest of the LWO came out to save Escobar from a Street Profit beatdown. Yep. And then this one was very emotional for what I saw. The segment with John Cena, he actually was teasing retirement, but then he actually said that he was not done yet and he had more to give. He brawled with Solo to pave the way for a sneak attack by Jey Uso on Jimmy when they cost him the tag team titles that Monday night. And then Rey Mysterio, yeah, Rey Mysterio accepted Logan Paul's challenge for the United States title at Crown Jewel. So that's a match that's now on the card. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller defeated Drag Lee and Cameron Grimes, whatever. WWE Women's Champion Io Sky defeated Charlotte Flair and she retained her title. And then after she was getting triple teamed practically, Bianca Belair, the EST, returned to WWE to combat Damage Control. And she looks great. Like, she really does. And on top of that, from that sneak attack, so Nick Aldis is now the general manager for SmackDown, and Adam Pearce is the general manager for Raw. He threw out Pearce and Jay from that attack. Now, to kind of break this down, real quick, Mysterio could lose. Thank you for that comment. Honestly, I don't think so because Logan Paul is not full time, so I don't think that they're going to give it to a part-time champion. I don't believe that. But anyway, so the biggest thing I looked at when it came to SmackDown that week was I was scared looking at that because I literally thought that Cena was going to hang him up, and I was hoping that would not happen. I'm grateful. I actually think maybe this Friday night on SmackDown, we're going to get the match confirmed, Cena versus Solo at Crown Jewel. And I also want to state this too. There's a number that's hanging over Cena's head. 2,002 days. That's how long it's been since John Cena won a singles match in WWE. That was at the greatest Royal Rumble back in 2018 when he defeated Triple H in Saudi Arabia. I actually can't believe it's been that long since he's actually won a singles match. That's crazy. As someone that rarely loses, in my eyes, like honestly, he has one of the highest winning percentages of matches in the history of WWE. That was surprising. So he's a loser. No, no. Well, I don't think Cena's a loser. Let's get that clear. Cena's not a loser. And also, the comment had the highest. I don't think Cena has the highest. He's definitely one of the highest right now. I don't think he's the highest, but he's definitely right up there. I would say top three. Um, Cena's tough to pin down, which is a wonderful thing. But for that SmackDown, though, I mean, that was tough watching it at times because it made me hope that Cena was not going to walk away. I mean, it's that kind of stuff that makes you devastated because it really makes you wonder what we're gonna do without him. And that's the thing that I looked at was how do you survive without Cena? I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, Cena basically stated that he can't be there forever, and we all already knew that Cena's not going to be around forever. So give him the run he deserves. And hard to believe this too that this Friday night they're going to be in I believe they're going to be in Milwaukee. This is, I believe, his final televised appearance of this run. So hopefully there'll be more to come, and this isn't the end. Um, Now moving on to Raw from this Monday night. I will start off from beginning to end here. So Cody Rhodes challenged Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, to a match at Crown Jewel. A brawl broke out that ended with Priest and JD McDonough attacking the leg of the American Nightmare with a steel chair. That was really tough to watch. Obviously, with this angle that they're looking at with trying to cause yet another injury on Cody, but adds to his resume for being one of the most resilient SOBs in the history of the business. I didn't really like it that much per se. The New Day defeated Alpha Academy. That was nice to see. Uh, Becky Lynch, she undefeated former women's champion, Indy Hartwell in an NXT women's title match. So Lynch triumphed by making her opponent's headbutt to the disarmer. And although Hartwell did not walk away with the title, she earned the respect of the man as the two shared an honorable post-match handshake. And then Women's World Heavyweight Champion Rhea Ripley incited a chaotic brawl between Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler before the Women's World Title Fatal 5-Way match at Crown Jewel. So that's also added. Then Johnny Gargano defeated Giovanni Vinci. That was nice. And then Logan Paul vowed to take Rey Mysterio's United States title at Crown Jewel. Paul insulted Ricochet's fiance, the ring announcer, Samantha Irvin, and he and Dirty Dom got into a brawl with the one and only. Yeah, not sure how I feel about that. And then the women's tag team champions, Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, uh, uh, defeated the Queen of Nine Hearts, Natalia, and Nikki Cross. She didn't do anything either. Drew McIntyre knocked off Sami Zayn. Big Boss and Reed defeated Akara Tozawa. And then to finish it, Damian Priest defeated Jey Uso, unfortunately. What happened was, when a post-match attack on Uso took center stage, a still injured Rhodes fought through the pain and took out the Prince. He then turned his attention to Priest, making a huge statement with a vicious chair assault on his Crown Jewel opponent's leg in retribution for his own injury earlier in the night. So my guess is they're either going to be doing that with both, or they're going to try to mimic this one way or the other. As far as I'm concerned, I'm looking forward to next week's broadcast to be able to give you guys the full card for Crown Jewel. I'm certain it's not completed right now. I really don't think the card is completed yet. I think we still got ways to go there. But what I will say is I'm looking forward to giving more updates on that. So that was Raw. That was SmackDown from last Friday and this past Monday night. And now we are on to what will be our second half when we come back. So when we do come back, NXT's week 1 of Halloween Havoc was last night. I will be breaking down what happened during the night, including why the title is named Crowning a New Queen. I will explain that because that concerns Becky Lynch when she defended the NXT Women's title again. I'll explain that, and I'll explain what happened that entire night. And then Crown Jewels in 10 days from now in Saudi Arabia. The card is right there. It's not fully completed yet, though. That's the thing. The card's not completed yet. But what I will say is that for the matches we have on there right now, I'll be breaking that down for you. My opinions on it in the early stages of it. And we'll also go from there regarding what I think could happen during the night. But WWE is on a good high. They're hitting on all cylinders. They're firing on all cylinders. And that's what I'm hoping that they will not just continue to do, but they'll continue to be building off it. So NXT and Crown Jewel will all be broken down after a word from Lighthouse Productions Rhode Island and a word from our Rhode Island broadcasting station. You're watching and listening to False Count Anywhere here on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. This is Erik Dunn right here. Hope you guys are thoroughly enjoying it, and very soon I will be right back.
If you're looking for an entertainment company to help you with your event of any kind, feel free to check out Lighthouse Productions Rhode Island. Providence-based company serving all of New England, providing you entertainment needs in the areas of sound, lighting, photo booth, photography, videography, drone videography, monograms, slideshows, and of course, DJ sound. As a special bonus, we also have wedding officiant services through Road to Love Wedding Services in conjunction with Lighthouse Productions to provide you all of your wedding needs. Don't need a wedding? Fantastic. You need music or a reason to have entertainment for a party of any kind? We can handle all budgets and all sizes and all different types of venues. With COVID, there's a 100% money back guarantee for any type of cancellation and rescheduling needs. Check us out at lighthouseproductionsri.com. Lighthouse Productions Rhode Island, your entertainment source for all of New England.
Alrighty, welcome back to Falls Count Anywhere here on the RIB network here. And you know, it I think it's pretty interesting when we look at like Halloween and you're thinking about like how much havoc Halloween actually causes. Erik Dunn alongside all of you here for the second half of our program here together. And SmackDown with Cena, and I have to just state this. Everything that happened with Cena, I think we all know it'll happen for a reason, right? It's definitely saddening when you really think about it that Cena's time will be almost up, ironically. I'm just hoping that he'll get the closure that he deserves. Funny how with Cody and Jay, they're still being targeted by the Judgment Day. And also, this comment, Cena is still too popular not to have him on. How long ago did I tell you guys about something like this? John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. They draw money. They put asses in seats. They drive up ratings. And they make people want to watch. It's because no one is that good right now. Well, there is someone that's L.A. Knight. Funny how I say that and the comment pops up. So, yeah, L.A. Knight is right now, in my opinion, getting this huge momentum. I hope it doesn't go bad to a point where he loses the reins and then that momentum is gone. I don't think that's going to happen. I hope that will not happen, but that'll be for next week's conversation when I go over the whole card for Crown Jewel. So the reason why this title of this program, this episode, is called Crowning a New Queen, is because at NXT's Halloween Havoc last night, this is what happened from top to bottom. So Roxanne Perez defeated Kiana James in a Devil's Playground match. Lexis King defeated Dante Chen. Kalani Jordan defeated Ariana Grace. Chase University defeated Tony D'Angelo and um, Channing Stacks Lorenzo to win the NXT Tag Team titles. Blair Davenport defeated Gigi Dolin in a lights out match. Lola Vice defeated Carmen Petrovich. This is the one that I really have to explain. Lyra Valkyra defeated Becky Lynch to win the NXT Women's title. The era has officially begun as the Irish superstar defeated her idol to capture the gold. She won it in incredible fashion as she countered the manhandle slam, setting the NXT universe into a frenzy. So, Kyra, she's been having such a good run in the developmental for WWE. She's been having such a good time down there in NXT, and I've seen progress from her. Now, the funny thing is, some of you may think I don't watch NXT, but I started watching it when I saw that Becky Lynch won the NXT Women's title, so I started watching it. I'm telling you guys, it's a good product. But side note, it's funny. Chris Jericho said, I think this week, he said something along the lines of, one day we will be Raw in the ratings. Raw's ratings was, I think, almost 1.6 million viewers. Between Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision combined, they were 1.5. Yeah, you'll never beat Raw single-handedly. You'll never beat SmackDown single-handedly. SmackDown's averaging 2.3 million viewers each episode. So don't you dare tell me that AEW will ever match WWE. And to be honest, I'm fearful for AEW. They're not getting asses in seats for whatever reason it is. I'm just being honest. And I think the big trajectory I'm looking at with Survivor Series coming up as well next month is Raw versus SmackDown, because you got Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. He was actually known as Magnus in TNA. I also want to bring that up too. TNA Wrestling is now back under the original brand. Impact Wrestling is now being changed back over to TNA. That was awesome to see. Scott D'Amore gave a promo on that at Bound for Glory, and he mentioned guys like Kurt Angle and Sting that helped put TNA on the map and built the company. After you had James Storm, Bobby Roode, you had AJ Styles, Kazarian, Samoa Joe, like the big guys. It was awesome. If you are a wrestling fan, I think Impact could actually make a case right now for actually being WWE's competitor at some point again. I feel like AEW is going on a downward spiral for whatever reason. But now let's look at Crown Jewel for what we currently have right now. So this is what's currently down there. So going from bottom to top, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, versus Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest. So Cody's going to look to get retribution. For whatever reason, talking about AEW makes me want to yawn. Don't know why. Anyway, so Rhodes has never had much love for the Judgment Day. This contempt increased when Priest hit him with a low blow and put him through a table moments just before interference from SmackDown's Jimmy Uso paved the way for him and Finn Balor to capture the undisputed tag team titles from Rhodes and Jay after only a 9-day reign. Priest is laser focused on ending Rhodes' story in a different way than the American Nightmare envisioned, and with a dark faction watching his back, he could make that dream a reality. Here's what I feel about that match. Cody, I think, is going to put up a great fight. I think he should win that one. But it should be a very interesting fight, to say the least. Again, just talking about AEW, I'm yawning right now. Anyway, next up is Rey Mysterio defending the United States title against Logan Paul. So at Crown Jewel, the social media megastar has an eye for gold, specifically the U.S. title being around Rey Mysterio. So Paul is yet to win a championship in WWE despite coming close against Reigns at Crown Jewel last year. Paul called his shot soon after defeating Dylan Danis in a boxing match, declaring he was coming for Rey Mysterio's United States title. When Paul confronted Mysterio on last Friday night's episode of SmackDown, the social media megastar explained his reasons for targeting the United States champion, shaking Mysterio's hand and vowing to let the best man win. Paul defeated Mysterio on the greatest stage of them all, albeit in a tag team match with The Miz against him and Dominic at WrestleMania 38 in Paul's first ever match. Much has changed since then, setting the stage for a monumental conflict. Can Paul capture his first title in WWE, or will the Hall of Famer hold on to the U.S. title? I think it's still going to be Ray. I don't think that with Logan being part-time that they're going to give that to him. And then for the women's World Heavyweight title in a fatal five-way, Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Raquel Rodriguez. So since dethroning Charlotte Flair back at WrestleMania, Ripley has been unstoppable. Recently, however, the Eradicator's attention has been split between maintaining the unity and strength of the Judgment Day and battling several potential challengers both inside and outside the ring. Jax, Baszler, Rodriguez, and Stark are all dangerous competitors who present a threat to her title reign. Ripley has responded with a defiant invitation to come and try her. Who will leave Judgment Day with the Women's World Heavyweight title after a free-for-all? Well, that one's going to be interesting. If I had to put my money on it, I think maybe Ripley will retain, but it's a fatal five-way, so it's the first one to get the pin or submission wins. And then the fourth match right now for the World Heavyweight title, it's Seth Rollins versus the Scottish Warrior and psychopath Drew McIntyre. So McIntyre's way of requesting this match was unusual for Rollins' recent challengers. He looked the Visionary right into the eye and asked for the match. It was confirmed later on by WWE official, now Raw GM Adam Pearce. The tension between Rollins and McIntyre was further simmered as the Visionary was on the receiving end of a beatdown from Damian Priest while the Scottish Warrior watched. It wasn't until Dirty Dominic Mysterio that came running down with a Money in the Bank contract that he got involved and he prevented Mysterio from helping Priest cash in. So Rollins and McIntyre have gone toe-to-toe in the past, including Money in the Bank 2020 when then WWE Champion McIntyre successfully defended his title against the Visionary in singles competition. Rollins, however, has a 5-4 edge over the Scottish psychopath. So, yep, I agree. Think of that comment. It is looking good so far. Yep, absolutely. Here's what I got to tell you about Rollins. I've told you about how bad his back is. I know his back is killing him. I mean, you guys can see that. His back is really screwed up right now. The big question is, can he hang on? I think so. I think Seth will. But we will find out. And then as of right now, the main event for the undisputed WWE Universal title is Reigns and LA Knight. So on the season premiere of SmackDown, the greatest of all time himself, John Cena, brought Knight face-to-face with Reigns, and the would-be challenger didn't even flinch for a second before knocking a disruptive Jimmy Uso clean out of the ring. Later that evening, Knight defeated Solo one-on-one, only to suffer an earth-shattering spear by the head of the table. One of the most dominant world champions of all time, Reigns is enjoying a legendary title reign that stands at well over 1,200 days, winning epic battles against Lesnar, Cena, Rhodes, and Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre, and many more as he presides over the bloodline with an iron fist on the island of relevancy. The head of table stands armed with a brutal arsenal and seems unstoppable. But let me talk to ya. LA Knight's charisma has helped make him the fastest rising star in SmackDown history. While his ever growing popularity may seem unimportant once the bell rings, Knight has fed off the power of the WWE Universe before, and he seems capable of turning that mighty force against the head of the table. He also carries an unwavering confidence, an extremely hard hitting style, and an unpredictable attack. Together, these factors arguably make him one of the most unique threats that the elite title holder has faced in some time. Yeah, I did my best trying to do that to the best of my ability. Um, but yeah, so here's my concern with this to wrap this up. If Reigns wins and LA Knight doesn't win it at all, that push could end up be going away and that momentum could be gone. Do I hope it does? Absolutely not. Knight's on a tear. He's on a run. He's doing everything right. If LA Knight wins, that place will lose their mind. But on the same token, we will find out. But I don't think Reigns is going to lose to WrestleMania. I can't see it right now. But here's what's on next week's schedule for our Falls Count Anywhere. SmackDown from this Friday night, Raw from next Monday night, any more updates on NXT if there are any, and the full card for Crown Jewel will be ready to have my full predictions along with the full preview on next week's broadcast of Falls Count Anywhere. But just also know, guys, that I'm live every Wednesday at 5 on X, Facebook, which is right here, YouTube, and Twitch, as well as we're also available on Amazon, Google, Spotify, Red Circle, and TuneIn Podcasts. So any help that you guys can give us will be awesome. Any help you guys can give me at least will be so beneficial. So on behalf of everybody that is at Falls Count Anywhere, wrestling promoter Tony Jones, wrestler Mr. X Jr., my dad Edward Dunn, and the man behind the scenes that got us on the air and gave me the opportunity, Ron Rico. I thank you again for everything. This is Erik Dunn saying so long, and thank you once again from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been another presentation of Falls Count Anywhere here on the RIB Broadcasting Network. Next Wednesday, guys, it will be Happy November. 72 hours away from Crown Jewel. Everything will be right there, ripe for the picking. And I can't wait to dissect it with all of you. Everybody, this is Erik Dunn. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. So long, and take care from Bridgewater, Massachusetts.